y is equal to fx, which takes the values y0, y1, y2 dot dot dot, and the corresponding values of x are x0, x0 plus h, x0 plus 2h dot dot dot. So these values are given for the function y is equal to fx. The main idea over here is we do not know the form of this function, but we know some of the values related to that function. And one more point is that these values are equally spaced, which are given over here. Now the idea is we have to evaluate the value of this function fx at some value of x, which can be taken as x is equal to x0 plus ph. Suppose where p is any real number, or this we can take any way. We have to find out this. So, or we can say it will be better if we take xn plus ph, where n can take any values. So how to find the value of fx at some value of x, which is lying in the range which is given for the value of x, or which is lying outside for the given value of x, because we know the Newton's formula is applicable for both interpolation as well as extrapolation. So let us see how we can derive the Newton's backward interpolation formula. Now let us name yp as f of, suppose we are taking xn plus ph. Suppose we are taking something like this. So in terms of shift operator, this we can write as ep of f of xn, because we know E is the shift operator. When it is applied over fx, then f of x plus h. So here it has been applied. If the result is given something like this, so that can be written like this in terms of shift operator. Now we know that there is a relation between shift operator and backward difference operator. Now what is the relation? Relation is E inverse is equal to 1 minus backward difference operator. This is also termed as nabla. The forward difference operator we read as del, and the reverse del it is read as nabla. Right? So this is the relation in between the shift operator and the backward difference operator. So applying this formula over here, what we can get? This can be written as 1 minus nabla and to the power of minus p, and this fxn can be written as yn. You can carry forward with fxn also, there is no problem with that. But in terms of this notation also it can be written. Now again what we want to do? We want to binomially expand this term. So binomially expanding this term, what we can get? We can get 1 plus p nabla plus p into, this is p plus 1 divided by 2 factorial nabla square, plus third term can also be obtained like that, p into p plus 1 p plus 2 divided by 3 factorial and nabla cube plus dot dot dot. So this is the binomial expansion, and here yn is present. So binomially expanding we called this yn is as it is. Now in the next term what we will do? We will distribute this yn to each and every term, and the formula for Newton's backward interpolation formula will be ready. So let us see what we get finally. So finally the Newton backward difference formula says yp will be equal to this multiplied over here, yn plus p nabla yn backward difference plus p into p plus 1 by 2 nabla square yn plus p into p plus 1 p plus 2 whole divided by 3 factorial, here also 2 factorial can be written, and nabla cube of yn plus dot dot dot. So this, if you are going to name it as equation number 2, so this formula represents Newton's backward interpolation formula. And why it is named as Newton backward interpolation formula? Because it involves the backward differences of yn. That's why the name is Newton's backward interpolation formula. And as suggested, this formula is used to evaluate the value of the function for a value of x which is lying towards the end of the table for interpolation, and which is lying to the right of yn for extrapolation. So these are the two. If the values, you have to decide the formula based on the value of the function which is being asked. If that particular value of x is lying towards the beginning of the table or to the left of the first value, then you apply Newton's forward formula. But if it is lying towards the end of the table or to the right of the last value, then it is advisable to apply Newton's backward interpolation formula. So this formula is termed as Newton backward interpolation formula, and we have to decide the formula based on the location of the value of the argument. So that we have already discussed how to decide. So these two formulas were applicable when the given data points. Suppose you are collecting the data from some of the experiments that you are doing, and might be possible that because of the wear and tear of the instrument or some other problem, that for that particular instance of time you are not able to record the data, but the experiment is going on. Because you have already collected so many data, you cannot start the experiment afresh. So then in that situation you can carry on with the remaining part of the experiment, and for that particular point where you have missed the data because of the wear and tear of the instrument or because of some your problem, then no need to bother, no need to just throw out all the experiments that you did. Just you can apply the interpolation formulas and find out those particular value of the function, and it has been seen that it works fine if you are going to apply the appropriate formula. Not only this, these type of things is having the applications in the field of astronomy, physical science, and so many fields are there where you desire to find out these values. But the choice of appropriate formula is very important one. You have to see whether these arguments which are given are equally spaced or not. If they are equally spaced, then only this Newton formula is applicable, because you see that these formulas involve this h. So this h has to be known. So when you are going to apply this formula to some of the practical problem, then what you have to identify first? You have to identify the value from where you have to start applying this formula. Say for example here yn. In the forward difference you have to determine y0, right? Then you have to determine the value of p. So how you can find the value of p? P is the value, means x minus x0 by h. This is the value of p, right? So this value of p means how we have obtained this? Because we have taken x is equal to x0 plus ph. So this will come from here. So from the data you will be having the information about x0. You can have the information about this h. So you identify that, substitute over here, x will be given to you at the point for which you want to find the function value. So substitute that value of x and identify this p first. This is the first job. So once the value of p is identified, with the given data you can make the finite difference table. The table you have to make, and from that table you can identify these first order, second order, third order, up to the terms which are required or to which your data can go. You know, because Where we have to terminate, we don't know. It depends on the data, how many data points are given to you. So based on the data points you have, because this is an infinite series, so based on the data point, for a particular question, you will be able to understand where to stop, right? So first job is to identify P. Then you have to make the forward difference table, and from the table you have to pick down value and substitute over here. So either you can find the polynomial or you can find the functional value. Sometimes it is asked directly that like this, you find out the value for f of 50 suppose, and this 50 value is not given in the data set, but sometimes it is given that find the interpolating polynomial. So in that case how to proceed on, x naught will be given to you from the data, h you need to identify, that is also known, but in that case p will be this x minus x naught by h. This value is given that you will substitute, this value is also given that you will substitute, and x will remain as it is, because you need to identify the entire polynomial which is going to interpolate the given data points. So here you don't have the value of p numerically. You will write in terms of x. So here also in terms of x, and these will be the numerical values which can be obtained from the table. So these will be in terms of x. After simplifying that, you can get the interpolating polynomial in terms of x. And after that, if you want to find out at some particular point, then substitute the value of x for obtaining that polynomial, or directly you can substitute, you will get the value. So this is how this Newton forward or the backward difference formula is applicable for solving some real life problems. Thank you.